you need chord progressions if you don't want to sound like this. Okay, so here are the basics. The most fundamental chord types are tonic, dominant, and subdominant chords. Before we get into that though, let's hop on the train of chord progressions. This is my buddy Steamy. Say hello, Steamy. Hello. He's gonna help us out with learning about chord progressions. Chord progressions are like a train on a railroad because they always circle back to the main station. You know, that's not actually true, but I already animated the train, so we're gonna roll with it. Here is a simple way of thinking about it. Subdominant chords go to dominant chords, dominant chords go to tonic chords, and tonic chords can go anywhere. The reason behind this is the idea of tension and release. Tonic chords have the least amount of tension because it is the chord that is built off the scale our song is in. So if we have a song in C major, our tonic chord will be a C major chord. Dominant chords, on the other hand, have the most tension. This is because even though they are both major chords, in this case C major and G major, all of the notes in a G major chord easily lead into the C major chord, especially with the B in a G chord being what we call a leading tone, or the note half step below the tonic note. All that to say, our dominant chords really want to go to the tonic chord. Subdominant chords are a bit more interesting because in the context of whatever our tonic note scale is, they aren't very dissonant nor very consonant because they contain both tonic chord tones and non-tonic chord tones within their chord structure. They are used primarily to act as an in-between for the tonic and the dominant chords, thus being called subdominant. Is that a cow? Here's a list of chord types. I've linked a Google Doc below that shows you all the different chord types and what their relation is within a scale, so check that out if you'd like to. You might have noticed this little bugger here. This is a mediant. Mediants share a lot of similarity to the tonic chord, so they're often used for harmonic coloring or modulation. Modulating is going from one scale to another scale within a song. One of my favorite examples of modulation is giant steps. Take a listen. At first glance, it's just a bunch of random chords. You can't even tell what key it's in. And no matter what you think it is in, the chord structures just don't make any sense. For example, this is the it's so hard to say. This is the Roman numeric analysis if the tonic was B major, which is the first chord of the piece. I mean, that's jazz, right? It's just a bunch of random chords. It's supposed to be spontaneous and free-form.
Jazz.
Well, take a closer look. Not that close. You see, every chord is either a subdominant, dominant, or tonic chord, just in different keys. This D7 chord is the dominant of the G major 7 chord. This F minor 7 is just the subdominant within this E flat major chord progression. The entire song is just modulating to different key centers, which is the B major chord, the G major chord, and the E flat major chord. When you look at it from this perspective, I think it just makes a bit more sense. The most common type of modulation is a secondary dominant. This is a really easy way to introduce yourself to modulation because it acts just like a subdominant chord, but it's a dominant chord in the context of your dominant chord, which is in context to the dominant chord, which is in context to the dominant chord. Anyway, that's about it for the video. There are other things to discuss like different types of cadences or the function of the augmented 6 chords, but those can wait for another time. For now, you have the basic tools to analyze songs or write your own songs. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything you want me to cover in a later video, and smash that like button. Goodbye!